Alright. What it is, Daniacs, and as promised, we are drifting into some Muslim content. And so, when I criticize people, I like to find. Well, I'm criticizing the religions, right? But these people take it personally, right? But I like to find people that I like. Now, this guy right here, I like this motherfucker. He's cool. I like him. Now, he's got 39 videos on this channel, 2,000 subscribers on this channel. Okay, and it is actually blowing my fucking mind, his numbers, dude, because he should have way more views than this. Look, he's got 2,000 subscribers. Yeah, under 100 views for, I mean, too many of these videos, really. He should not have a single video under 100 views. Not with 2,000 subscribers. Y'all need to support your boy over here. Y'all Muslims need to support your boy right here. Alright. So this is Sneako, and this is the Muslim Sneako, one of his channels. His main channel is Lit Sneako, I do believe. Now, I've seen him around for a while, popping up here and there. He boxed Sean Strickland. Hats off to you, homie. That does take balls, because Sean is good, and he gets really good when he's in there against someone that's not a professional fighter. And what I mean by that is he really turns it up. He's kind of a bully. Because when he's in there against full-on professional fighters, he like dials it back a little bit, But I can't wait to see the part 2, Sneako. But we're going to jump into his post right here. I left him some comments that he will end up erasing. I know he will. Because they all do. They like to sweep my logical defiance under the rug. They love that. They think that just sweeping it under the rug, erasing my comment, erases the actual criticism itself, but yet the criticism persists. So let's get into some of these criticisms here. Now, I am a non-Abrahamic true monotheist. Followers of Abraham are a blood cult of sin worshippers. But I still love you. We're still brothers. Let's talk about it. So what makes the theology of Abraham broken is that it incessantly attempts to interject division into that which is united, which is the creation. And they interject this division through all sorts of social constructs. I would say number one is their exaltation of their favorite idols being their holy books. Now, what makes their holy book an idol is that they claim that their holy books are the exclusive source of divine revelation. That's a problem. That is inaccurate. The source of divine revelation is our divine sovereignty, our individual, unique connection to the one true creator. Okay, that is the source, but not even the source claims exclusivity. The source does not claim exclusivity. It does not need to claim exclusivity, for it knows that all revelation is its revelation. It knows that all divinity is its divinity. Okay? And that is me claiming it for the source. The source isn't claiming it. The source doesn't need to claim it. Now, I am claiming it for the source. I am just making an observation. Okay. So let's get into some of this right here. We have proven incorrect historical and scientific claims. Okay. Quran claims sun sets in muddy spring. The Quran, 1886. Until when he reached the setting of the sun, he found it setting in a spring of dark mud. Disproven. Sun does not literally set in a physical location. Heliocentric model confirmed. Embryology, bones formed from flesh. Quran 23:14. Then we made the sperm drop into a clinging clot, and we made the clot into a lump, and we made the lump bones, and we covered the bones with flesh. And this is incorrect. Flesh, muscles, tissues, and bones develop simultaneously in the embryos. Semen origin, Quran 86, 6-7. He was created from a fluid ejected emerging from between the backbone and the ribs. Incorrect. Semen produced in testicles, not backbone ribs area. Stars as missiles against devils, Quran 67:5. And we have certainly beautified the nearest heaven with lamps, and have made lamps missiles to drive away the devils. Disproven. Stars are distant suns. Meteors are atmospheric phenomena, not anti-devil weapons. Crucifixion denial, Quran 4:157. And they're saying, indeed, we have killed the Messiah, Jesus, the son of Mary, the messenger of Allah. And they did not kill him, nor did they crucify him, but another was made to resemble him to them. Contradicted. Historical consensus confirms crucifixion. Mary, part of the Trinity. Quran 5:116. O Jesus, son of Mary, did you say to the people, take me and my mother as deities besides Allah? Incorrect. No Christian doctrine holds Mary in the Trinity. Ancient Mecca as Abrahamic center. Quran 2:127. And when Abraham was raising the foundations of the house, zero evidence. Mecca absent from ancient maps. Trade records, no pre-Islamic archaeological traces. Old Torah, the Old Testament claims global flood, Genesis 7:21-23. Every living thing that moved on land perished. Everything on dry land that had the breath of life in its nostrils died. Disproven. No global flood layer, continuous civilizations. Mass exodus. Exodus 12:37. There was about 600,000 men on foot, besides women and children. Zero evidence. No Egyptian records of slave loss, plagues, no Sinai traces for millions. Jericho walls fall. Joshua 6:20. The wall collapsed, so everyone charged straight in. Disproven. Walls fell in 1550 BC. Site uninhabited during alleged 1400 BCE conquest. United Monarchy Empire. 1 Kings 4:21. Solomon ruled over all the kingdoms from the Euphrates River to the land of the Philistines. Minimal evidence. Jerusalem small. From 10,000 BCE, no vast empire artifacts. Camel domestication and patriarchal era. Genesis 12:16. Abraham has camels. 2000 BCE. Incorrect. Widespread camel domestication. 12,000 to 1000 BCE. So Tower of Babel, language confusion. Genesis 11:1-9. Come, let us go down and confuse their language. Zero evidence. Languages evolved gradually over millennia. Prominent ex-Muslims and critics of Islam with key arguments. Ayan Hirsi Ali, women's rights suppression, violence in text doctrine, incompatibility with liberal democracy. Ibn Warraq, Quran human origin, borrowed myths, lack of miracles, suppression of criticism. Armin Navabi, logical contradictions, harmful teachings on apostasy. Ali Rizvi, scientific errors, political ideology over religion, need for reformation. Sarah Haider, treatment of women apostates, blasphemy laws, cultural stagnation. Prominent former Jews, critics of Judaism. Israel Finkelstein, Biblical Minimalism, No Evidence for Exodus, Conquest, United Monarchy. Shlomo Sand, Jewish People as Invented Identity, No Ancient Exile, Modern Jews, Mostly Converts. Norman Finkelstein, Criticism of Holocaust Industry, Exploitation, Anti-Zionism Tied to Religious Claims. Elad Norahi, Extremism in Ultra-Orthodox Communities, Cult-like Mind Control, Anti-Semitism Links. So now I realize that this particular note does not contain Christianity in it, and I know you feel left out, Christians. I know that you want me to equally extend my criticism to Christianity, and I do. It's just not in this particular note right here. I'm gonna have to rectify that. Sorry, that's an incomplete note right there, bro. I like to have equal inclusion for all followers of Abraham. So let's jump into the contradictions in the Quran. Now, the Christian Bible by far has the most proven contradictions in it. At very minimum, 100 to 700. Now, I've looked at the list of 100, and they were all legit. I haven't seen the list of 700 yet. I plan on getting there. But apparently there is a list of 700. So let's get into some of these right here. This is a clear list of major contradictions commonly cited. Okay. Creation in 6 days or 8. Quran 7:54. Indeed, your Lord Allah, who created the heavens and the earth in 6 days and then established himself above the throne. Quran 10:3. Indeed, your Lord Allah, who created the heavens and earth in 6 days and then established himself above the throne. Which was it? 6 days or 8 days? So now when you say the Quran is true, which part? Which one of these is true? Because they're saying different things. That's a contradiction. Now, if you're familiar with the dark light theology, you know that contradiction and paradox is actually a fundamental aspect of reality, built into the very atomic structure of existence. Scientific proofs of this is the particle wave duality, empirically proven, and the Heisenberg uncertainty principles, empirically proven. Oh. Where are we at? Okay, Quran 11:7. And it is he who created the heavens and the earth in 6 days. Quran 25:59. He who created the heavens and the earth and what is between them in 6 days. 8 days. Okay, Quran 41:9-12. Say, do you indeed disbelieve in he who created the earth in 2 days? He placed on the earth firmly set mountains and determined therein its sustenance in 4 days. Then he directed himself to the heaven while it was smoke and said to it and to the earth, come, willingly or by compulsion. They said, we have come willingly. And he completed them as 7 heavens within 2 days. Okay, so that was additional as part of the contradiction of the creation in the Quran. So let's move on to the order of creation. Heaven or earth first. Earth first, Quran 41:9-10. Say, do you indeed disbelieve in he who created the earth in 2 days? He placed on the earth firmly set mountains in 4 days. Quran 79:27-30. Are you a more difficult creation, or is the heaven? Allah constructed it. He raised its ceiling and proportioned it, and he darkened its night and extracted its brightness. And after that, he spread the earth. Heavens first. Quran 79:27. Are you a more difficult creation, or is the heaven? Allah constructed it. Implies heaven before spreading the earth. So wine, alcohol, prohibited or a blessing in paradise. Prohibited on earth. Quran 5:90. Oh, you have believed, indeed, intoxicants, gambling, stone altars, and divining arrows are but defilement from the work of Satan. So avoid it that you may be successful. Quran 2:219. They ask you about wine and gambling. Say, in them is great sin and benefit for people, but their sin is greater than their benefit. Okay, now blessing in paradise. Quran 47:15. Rivers of water unaltered, rivers of milk, rivers of wine delicious to those who drink, rivers of purified honey. Quran 83:25-26. They will be given to drink wine. Number 4, no compulsion in religion versus fighting non-believers. No compulsion. Quran 2:256. There shall be no compulsion in the religion. The right course has become clear from the wrong. Compulsion and fighting. Quran 9:5. And when the sacred months have passed, then kill the polytheists whenever you find them, and capture them and besiege them, and sit and wait for them at every place of ambush. Quran 9:29. Fight those who do not believe in Allah or in the last day, and who do not consider unlawful what Allah and His Messenger have made unlawful. So, number 5, who bears sins, individuals or others? Individual only. Quran 6:164. Say it is other than Allah, I should desire as a Lord, while He is the Lord of all things, and every soul earns not blame except against itself, and no bearer of burdens will bear the burden of another. Quran 53:38. That no bearer of burdens will bear the burden of another. Others bear burdens. Quran 16:25. That they may bear their own burdens in full on the day of resurrection, and some of the burdens of those whom they misguide without knowledge. So now you're responsible for the burdens and sins of others all of a sudden. Abrogation itself, changing revelation. Quran claims no change. Quran 4:82. Then do not they reflect upon the Quran? If it had been from any other than Allah, they would have found within it much contradiction. Yet we did find contradiction. Admits abrogation and change. Quran 2:106. We do not abrogate a verse or cause it to be forgotten, except that we bring forth one better than it or similar to it. Do you not know that Allah is over all things competent? So that verse right there is admitting that the word of God is mutable. So if you ask me, I say every word ever spoken is the word of God. Every name ever spoken is the name of God. All consciousness is an extension of the omniconsciousness. We are all co-creators within the Godhood. God is living through our lives. That is why He is the eternal living God. All life is His life, and as such, we are all God. Oh, yes. Okay, Quran 16:101. And when we substitute a verse in place of a verse, and Allah is most knowing of what He sends down, they say, you, O Muhammad, are but an inventor. Okay, so that's admitting to changing verses or substituting. Okay, number 7, human creation material from clay. Quran 15:26. And we did certainly create man out of clay from an altered black mud, from water. Quran 21:30. And we made from water every living thing. Contradiction. Let's go back up here to where he says we do not contradict, because we are most competent, yet here we find clear contradictions. Quran 21:30. Nope, done did that one. Quran 19:67. Does man not remember that we created him before while he was nothing? So created from nothing. So far we got created from clay, created from water, created from nothing, and now created from dust. Quran 3:59. Indeed, the example of Jesus to Allah is like that of Adam. He created him from dust. All right, let's go on to number 8. Tolerance versus intolerance towards believers. Tolerance. Quran 109:6. For you is your religion, and for me is my religion. That's pretty much saying you do you, I'll do me, we'll call it good. I can roll with that. I agree with that. Intolerance. Quran 9:28. O you who have believed, indeed the polytheists are unclean, so let them not approach al-Masjid al-Haram after this, their final year. So now you might be saying, Dane, you said you are a true monotheist, but yet also, Dane, I just heard you say that you think every living thing is an extension of God, and thus we are all God. So how can you rectify this? That is easy, because there is no actual difference. Every consciousness is the extension of the omni-consciousness. The one is the all. The all is the one. There is no true separation. God is living through our lives. That is why he is the eternal living God. All of life is his life. So if my life is the life of God, then by extension, I am God. God is living through my life, as are we all. As are we all. Okay, so now, admittedly, there is way more contradictions in the Christian Bible, and there's more contradictions in the Torah. And I have those lists. I just didn't post them all right here for Sneako, although I do have those lists as well. Okay, so then I come up here and I say to Sneako, let's talk about it. I have plenty of evidence to disprove Yahweh, Jesus, and Allah as the actual one true creator. I am a true believer. I was called on to defy the broken theology of Abraham everywhere I encounter it, knowing full well that its followers are a blood cult and will want to kill me for my logical defiance. Yet the defiance must persist. The alliance of defiance is upon the followers of Abraham. Too long have you all misrepresented the actual one true creator. Too long have you all attempted to obfuscate the source of divine revelation. The source of divine revelation is our inseparable connection to the actual one true creator, which is our divine sovereignty. Your holy books are totems. Totems are beautiful, but the moment you claim your holy books as the exclusive source of divine revelation, it then becomes an idol. Yes, the Torah, the Christian Bible, and the Quran are idols, as they are upheld as the exclusive source of divine revelation. Now, I have no scriptures or dogmas demanding that I harm my fellow man for any reason, let alone idolatry, like y'all. But I do point out idolatry where I see it, as I was called on to do by the actual one true creator. See, now when I answered this call to defy the broken theology of Abraham, I'm very self-aware. I know I'm a fucktard. I know I'm a dumb fuck. And so that was my only concern. I was like, because I observe the brilliant minds who submit and capitulate to the broken theology of Abraham. And I was like, how will I properly and adequately defy the broken theology of Abraham when all these brilliant minds with all these brilliant arguments capitulate to and argue for their respective theologies? And the one true creator said to me, do not worry about it. Everywhere there is a incongruency with what they proclaim versus what I actually am, I will show it to you. And all you have to do is point out the incongruencies. And here we are, motherfuckers. Here we are. Woo, woo. Now I am the brightest night. I am the darkest light. And I am ascending. As are we all. The dark light is upon you. Stay beautiful, motherfuckers. Let's talk about it, Sneako. I invite you to my podcast, The Theology Council. It is a safe place where people Holding varied perspectives can discuss unsafe and controversial issues. Everyone gets their fair share to speak their full opinion on each subject. We will cover many different subjects, not just theology. It's long form. Let's talk about it, Bert. Now, I realize you are on the more fairly recent-ish, side of the conversion to Islam. I realize that, and I realize that you may be apprehensive to defend the faith, and but I think deep down you know that you were called on as well. So let's talk about it, homie. Let's talk about it. Stay beautiful, motherfuckers.